The English Club Podcast, helping you speak English with confidence. Hey, English learners. Welcome back to the English Club Podcast. I'm Olivia.
And I'm Jack. And wherever you are right now, making breakfast, getting ready for work, or still curled up like a cat under a blanket, we are really glad you are here.
Yes, this episode is a cozy one. No rush, just two people talking about mornings and helping your English grow along the way.
So how was your morning today, Olivia?
Honestly, pretty good. Cup of tea, no phone for the first 15 minutes, felt ready by 8.
I genuinely cannot relate to that.
How was yours?
I hit the snooze button 3 times. Then I dragged myself out of bed, grabbed a coffee on the way out, and somehow made it to my desk on time.
On time is a win.
I'm choosing to see it that way, yes.
And honestly, Jack's morning is probably more familiar to most people listening than mine is.
Which is both comforting and slightly worrying.
But that is exactly why we wanted to do this episode. Not to make you feel bad about your morning, but to talk honestly about what mornings are really like and how to use them to grow your English without needing a perfect routine.
Because nobody has a perfect morning, and if someone tells you they do, they are probably lying or trying to sell you something.
We are selling you nothing, just real conversation, real English.
So here's what today is about. We want to show you how to use your morning, even a messy, rushed, biscuit over the sink kind of morning, to gently grow your English.
You don't need an Instagram morning. You don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. You just need a few small, realistic habits that fit inside the life you already have.
We call it a small breakfast for your English. Light, simple, easy to digest. And we'll get to that soon.
This is a B1 level episode, so the language is clear and comfortable to follow, but we'll also gently introduce some stronger B2 words and phrases along the way. And when we do, we'll always explain them in simple English first.
Think of it like a light stretch before exercise. Your English gets a gentle push, but nothing painful.
And at the end, we have our word tour, where we slow down and look at the 10 most useful words and phrases from today. So stay with us for that.
Before we start, if you enjoy learning English through real conversations like this, please like this episode, subscribe to the English Club podcast, and share it with someone who is also learning.
And we have a small listener challenge for today. While you listen, pick one word or phrase that feels useful for your life. Just one. By the end of the episode, try to build one simple sentence with it, out loud, in a notebook, or in the comments. One sentence is your tiny gym session for today.
One sentence. That's all. We'll remind you at the end.
All right, let's talk about mornings.
So why mornings? Why not evenings or lunchtime or the middle of the night?
Because mornings have something special. Think about it. When you first wake up, before the phone starts, before the messages arrive, before the day gets loud, there's a quiet moment. The world is still holding its breath.
And your brain is actually fresh, like a clean sponge that hasn't touched anything yet. Whatever you put in first soaks in the deepest.
Exactly. And the first thing you do in the morning sets the tone for everything that follows, like choosing the first song in a playlist. That first song colors everything.
So if the first song is panic and scrolling, that energy travels with you all day.
And if the first song is something calm and intentional, that travels with you too. Intentional means doing something on purpose, not by accident, not just reaching for the phone automatically.
I'll be honest, my first song is usually panic and scrolling.
Which is very human and very common, but also changeable.
And here's the thing that I think people miss. Mornings are not just about time. They're about which version of you starts the day. Think of your morning like the foundation of a house. Whatever you lay down first holds everything else up. A shaky foundation makes the whole day wobble. A solid one, even a simple one, holds all day.
A rushed, distracted morning lays a shaky foundation. A calmer start builds something that holds.
And the good news, every morning is a fresh start, even if yesterday was a complete disaster.
Even if you hit the snooze button 3 times.
Not speaking from experience.
Of course not. Can I tell you about someone?
Please.
Her name is Sarah. She works in customer support. Long days, difficult conversations, emotionally tiring work. By the evening, she's exhausted.
I know that kind of tired.
And every evening she would say, I'll study English later, after dinner, after this one show. And later never came.
Because later is a beautiful word that means never.
Exactly. The evening was already full. She had no energy left for English, so she started feeling guilty, and guilt made her feel even worse about trying.
A bad cycle.
Then one day she made one small change. She set her alarm 15 minutes earlier, not 1 hour, 15 minutes. And she put on an English podcast during her train commute, the journey to work on the train. She turned the same train she took every day into her little English classroom.
Same train, different button on the phone.
That's all it was. And after a few weeks, she noticed something. She was understanding more. She was less afraid to speak. Not because she studied harder, because she showed up every morning little by little, meaning slowly in small steps, day after day.
Little by little, like a glass filling drop by drop. You don't notice it happening, and then one day it's full.
And the lesson from Sarah is not that mornings are magic. It's that small steps add up. She didn't turn over a new leaf overnight. That phrase means to make a fresh start, to change your ways completely. It happened gradually, one train ride at a time.
Okay, so let's talk about the actual routine, the small breakfast for your English.
4 bites, just 4. You don't need a big plate, just a few mindful bites every morning.
Bite 1, listen.
Your morning brain is a clean sponge. Use it. Put on an English podcast while you make tea, brush your teeth, get ready. Same phone, different button. You're not adding time to your morning. You're just using the time you already have differently.
The phone is a black hole for time when you scroll, but it's a classroom when you press play on something useful.
Exactly. Same device, completely different result.
Bite 2, speak.
This one makes people nervous.
Very nervous.
But here's the thing. Many learners can read and understand English well, but when they need to speak, they freeze. And that happens because the speaking muscles never get any exercise. It's like watching other people work out for months and then wondering why you're not getting stronger.
A gym for your mouth.
Yes. 2 minutes. Talk to yourself. Describe what you see. Ask yourself a question and answer it out loud. Nobody's watching. Nobody's judging. Just your mouth slowly waking up.
And this is stepping out of your comfort zone. That phrase means trying something that feels a little scary or uncomfortable. Your comfort zone is the safe, familiar place. Speaking out loud alone is a tiny step outside it, and tiny steps outside it are how confidence grows.
And bite 3. Write.
Writing is cleaning your mental desk, putting the scattered thoughts in your head into some order. 3 or 4 simple sentences about your day, your plans, your feelings. No pressure for perfect grammar, just thinking in English.
And bite 4. Review.
The one most people skip, but it might be the most important.
Because learning without review is like buying new plants every day and never watering the old ones. They die. The new words disappear, and you wonder why nothing sticks.
5 minutes. Look at what you learned yesterday. Just 5 minutes. That's watering yesterday's plants.
And those 4 bites together, listen, speak, write, review, don't need to take an hour. They can fit inside 15 minutes, the 15 minutes you're currently giving to the snooze button.
That one landed, didn't it?
It usually does.
Okay, I know what people are thinking right now.
I don't have time.
I don't have time.
And we hear you. We really do. Life is full. Children, work, long commutes, real tiredness.
But here is the honest thing we want to say. I don't have time very often really means my time is already full of habits I never chose on purpose.
Living on autopilot, meaning doing things automatically without thinking, like a machine on a program you didn't set. Most of us are on autopilot in the morning. Phone, scroll, panic, rush out the door.
And autopilot is comfortable. It requires no decisions. That is actually why we like it.
But it is also invisible. You don't see it happening. And one day you look up and the year is gone and your English is exactly where it was.
So the fix is not to find more time. It is to set aside time, meaning to deliberately reserve some time for something that matters, not find it. Choose it.
You don't need to wake up an hour earlier. You just need to change what you do with 15 minutes you already have.
Squeeze it in. That means fit something into a busy schedule. Squeeze it in somewhere small, the train, the breakfast table, the 5 minutes before the day gets loud.
That is enough to start. I want to address something honestly. Does this slow method actually work?
Because it feels almost too small.
It does, and I think that is why people don't trust it. They want a dramatic change, a big course, a 3-hour weekend study session.
And then burn out by Wednesday.
Exactly. Here's the truth. Slow and steady wins the race. That is the famous saying from the tortoise and the hare. The slow, boring tortoise beats the fast, exciting hare. Every time.
Because the tortoise shows up every day.
And the learners who grow, they're usually not the most talented. They're the ones who quietly keep going. Baby steps, that means very small, gradual steps forward. Baby steps repeated every day beat one big dramatic effort that happens once.
Practice makes perfect, the most famous saying about learning anything. You don't become good at speaking English by thinking about speaking English. You become good by doing it. Every morning, a little at a time.
A tiny drop of water sounds like nothing, but drop by drop, water carves through rock. That's not poetry. That's what daily practice actually does to language learning.
And the people who get there, they're not special. They just stuck with it. That means kept going, even when it was hard. They kept at it.
One morning at a time.
So, why does any of this matter? Why English?
That's the real question under all of the other questions.
Because English is not just a skill, it's a key that opens doors you cannot fully see yet. New jobs, travel, friendships with people from anywhere in the world, watching your favorite show without subtitles, feeling confident in a room where English is being spoken.
And beyond all of that, there's something quieter, a calm sense of, I can handle this. That feeling is not small.
Because language is confidence, and confidence changes how you move through the world.
So every morning you choose the podcast over the scroll, you're not just learning vocabulary, you're building a different version of yourself, the version that handles things, the version that finds its voice.
And it starts with 15 minutes, and a cup of something warm, and one tiny intentional choice.
Every morning is a knock on a new door.
That's a very nice line, Olivia.
Thank you. I've been saving it.
Okay, time for the word tour. 10 words and phrases from today, selected from easier ones to slightly harder ones. So we start where most of you already are and walk you a little further.
And remember the listener challenge. Pick one of these that feels most useful for your life. You'll need it at the end.
Starting easy. Number 1, on the go. If you do something on the go, you do it while you are busy or moving without stopping properly. For example, she listens to English podcasts on the go during her morning commute. Or breakfast on the go is not ideal, but sometimes that's real life. Repeat, on the go.
On the go. Number 2, fresh start. A fresh start means beginning again with a new, clean feeling, leaving what went wrong before behind you. For example, even after a bad week, Monday morning is always a fresh start. Or, she decided to make a fresh start with her English after months of not practicing. Repeat, fresh start.
Fresh start. Number 3, stick with it. To stick with something means to keep going, even when it gets difficult or boring, not stopping when it gets hard. For example, learning a language is not always exciting, but if you stick with it, the results come. Or, she wanted to quit after 2 weeks, but she stuck with it, and 3 months later, she was having real conversations. Repeat, stick with it.
Stick with it. Number 4, get the hang of it. To get the hang of something means to slowly understand how to do it, to find the rhythm and feeling of it after some practice. For example, speaking out loud felt strange at first, but she got the hang of it after a few mornings. Or, don't worry if it feels difficult now. You'll get the hang of it. Repeat, get the hang of it.
Get the hang of it. Number 5, practice makes perfect. This is one of the most famous sayings in English. It means that the more you do something, the better you become at it. No shortcut, just repetition. For example, her pronunciation improved because of one simple reason. Practice makes perfect. Or 2 minutes of speaking every morning, every day. Practice makes perfect. Repeat, practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect. Number 6, on autopilot. If you're on autopilot, you're doing something automatically without thinking or choosing, like a machine following a program you never set. For example, she realized she spent every morning on autopilot. Phone, scroll, rush, repeat, without ever deciding that was what she wanted. Or it's easy to live on autopilot until you notice the habits are no longer helping you. Repeat, on autopilot.
On autopilot. Number 7, down the rabbit hole. If you go down a rabbit hole, you get completely lost following one thing to another, and a lot of time passes without you noticing. It comes from Alice in Wonderland. For example, he picked up his phone to check one thing and went down a rabbit hole for 40 minutes. Or, social media is designed to pull you down a rabbit hole. Repeat, down the rabbit hole.
Down the rabbit hole. Number 9, intentional. If you're intentional about something, you do it on purpose with a clear choice behind it, the opposite of autopilot. For example, she became intentional with her mornings by deciding the night before exactly what she would do first. Or being intentional with your phone means choosing when you pick it up, not just reaching for it automatically. Repeat, intentional.
Intentional. Number 10, little by little. Little by little means slowly, in small steps, over time, one of the most important phrases in any learning journey. For example, little by little, her English improved, not from one big effort, but from many small daily ones. Or, little by little, the glass fills. Repeat, little by little.
Little by little. And number 10, step out of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is the safe, familiar space where everything feels easy and known. To step out of your comfort zone means to try something slightly uncomfortable or new, just beyond the safe edge. For example, speaking English out loud alone felt strange at first. It was stepping out of her comfort zone, but every time she did it, the zone got a little bigger. Repeat, step out of your comfort zone.
Step out of your comfort zone. And those are our 10 phrases.
On the go, fresh start, stick with it, get the hang of it, practice makes perfect, on autopilot, down the rabbit hole, intentional, little by little, step out of your comfort zone.
Every single one you'll hear again, in films, in songs, in conversations. That's the point.
Now, the listener challenge.
You've been listening. Something landed. One word, one phrase, one idea that felt useful for your life.
Build one sentence with it. Out loud if you can right now, or in a notebook, or in the comments below.
Not a perfect sentence, an honest one. One sentence is your tiny gym session for today. That's how passive listening becomes active growth.
And if you share it in the comments, you're helping someone else too. Because sometimes reading one learner's honest sentence is more encouraging than anything a teacher can say.
So, tomorrow morning, when the alarm rings, one tiny choice. Don't reach for the scroll. Press play on something English instead.
Same phone, different button.
Same morning, different version of you.
And we'll be walking with you, little by little.
If this episode helped, please like it, subscribe to the English Club podcast, and share it with one person who is also learning.
Before we go, one last thought.
Your English doesn't grow in one big moment. It grows in many small ones, in a morning commute, in 2 minutes of talking to yourself, in one sentence written before breakfast.
Slowly is not the slow way. Slowly is the only way that actually sticks.
So start small. Show up tomorrow and the day after.
Grow your English, grow your life.
This is Jack.
And this is Olivia.
And you've been listening to the English Club podcast.
Take care of your mornings and take care of your heart.
Goodbye.